It's Evangelion time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Mafex Evangelion 2.0 EVA 00. The one to complete the trio, the original trio, and basically Mafex's last chance to fix this. I mean, I had a look at all of them, EVA 01, EVA 02. 01 was really bad, 02 fixed a little bit of the issues, but still was not really worth the price point. And at this point, it's just like, either this one's good, or I'm done with it. So, critical review coming up. Hello, Mafex, my old friend. I come to check your EVAs out once again. Stands at about, well, if we're tilting the hand all the way up, it's 18.5 centimeters. Not gonna count the shoulder blades because I'm looking at the head. 7.2 inches tall. If you want to get the shoulder blades in your overall size, I mean, it's going up a little bit more as the EVA falls down. Has some very small feet. I'm not gonna give him flack for that. We're being nice. I'm trying. 19 with the shoulder blades, and that will mean 7.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 5. Anyway, boy, overall look and detail. Here we go again, as something detached from the foot already as I kind of kneel her down. So, what is the look and detail? It is, now the mold is great. I don't have a bad thing to say about the mold, but as we zoom in on the head sculpt, you will notice, I just call it sloppy. The black lines are sloppy. The red and the orange, especially on the side, is really sloppy. There's some missing on the orange in the back. There's like a nice green gem. At least that one's okay. Do I really need to comment on it? So yeah, this line is there. This line is not even lined up with the part where it's supposed to go in, and everything else on the head sculpt is just kind of washed, just kind of incomplete, just kind of not lined up. Looks like you know, 5-year-old drew in a coloring book. Nah, I mean, it's not that bad, but dude. Okay, so we got the shoulder blades. There's some black spots over there. There's some black spots over here. Also has a bit of bleeding. Doesn't line up completely. Same with the lines on this side. This one's just ugly. Orange doesn't look good. The EVA logo is good. Nice. Then we got a ton more bleeding in the lines on the bicep. The Evangelion prototype, blah 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 blah. That is nicely printed on, and the hands, for the most part, are good as well. I mean, considering that those lines are so small, and they make that happen, but the rest of it, yeah. Looking at the back, we got more black lines that just aren't clean, more black lines that don't seem to be finished, more black lines that have bleeding. I'm at a loss for words, because that's the review. Black lines that aren't lined up, black lines that are bleeding, black lines that are very, very sloppy for a very, very expensive figure. And once more, I mean, I don't like to talk about the price. Alright, I always said it's expensive and whatnot, but this figure costs over 70 euros. When you buy it straight from Japan, I think it's like 75. And then you add shipping, you add customs, and you add a lot more. So, yeah, it could go up to $100. And at that point, you'd be like, well, if it stands on the shelf like that, you're not gonna notice all these things. You would be correct. But, Revoltech is doing EVAs, and they're looking mighty fine, and I don't like the Revoltech joints, but the more I look at this, the more I want to sell this and pick up the Revoltech. So, there's some incomplete lines, there's some kind of washed stuff, I don't even know what this is, and for the rest of it, yeah, I mean, at least these lines are okay, except for that. But just, yeah, aesthetically the figure looks good. From afar, the figure looks good. But if you're going in to check on the detail, you will realize that the paint is very, 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 very sloppy. Stand up! Jesus Christ. Okay, never mind that. Moving on. So for your articulation, at least that works. You got a ball engine head, moves up, down. It's pretty good. Goes to the side a little bit. And all the way around. And I'm trying to be careful with it because there's also neck articulation. But you can combine these two for some pretty good poses. Goes to the back. Side to side all the way, and that's fine. And you got the ball hinges in the shoulder. Let me move that up. Moves all the way up, has rotation, goes forward, goes to the back, and rotates all the way around. Also can kind of be used as a swivel to rotate the entire arm piece around. Then you got a weird hinge combination in the back, and the head, well, the hand actually, is on a ball hinge. Also, we got the entire shoulder piece over here, which, as you could tell before, it moves pretty naturally with it, so that's pretty cool. I think the shoulder pad over here is connected via ball pack, so you can rotate that around, and the shoulder blade, is on another ball with a small pack, so you can also bring that up and down. No problem articulating that stuff. The entire torso area, I don't really know what's going on in there because they have some soft plastic draped over it just to cover it, but let me demonstrate. It goes forward quite nicely, goes to the back. Okay, does it really have to push all the stuff? It doesn't really go that much to the back. Also, I looked at the back, and I just seen more issues with the paint, but I'm trying to get over that. Chest area rotates also to the sides quite a bit and goes around like at a nice angle. It doesn't really go all the way around. I mean, maybe you could, but I wouldn't force it, especially since I don't really know what's going on under there. Now, the hip area, though, doesn't really have that much to offer in that regard. The legs, though, are on hinges, so you can pull them down. Goes for some super high kicks, goes all the way up. Same to the back, and also moves out to the side. That's what the hinge is mostly for, because even if you pull it back up, it still gets some good motion and it doesn't stick out weirdly. Also has some rotation on the thigh. Double hinged knees, which are a lot stiffer this time around. I need to point this out because the knees on EVA 01 were horrible, but the ball hinge in the foot, I feel, is way too loose. Okay, let me do the test just with one finger, and you can tell, as I earlier even tried to pose the figure, I had trouble just getting this EVA into neutral pose. So as such, it's way too loose. It's way too doesn't really stay in place, but does go forward, does go to the back, does rotate to the side. And if you're wondering what that is where this armor piece is connected. It is just on a small ball pack, but it comes loose way too easily, as you can tell by this one, which is already off again, which happened 3 times already. For your accessories, you got a rocket, which is surprisingly well painted. I say surprisingly because nothing else on this figure is well painted. Also, I think my light doesn't work on the camera anymore. So yeah, it's nicely molded, it's well painted. You got the Nerf, whatever you want to call it, logo in there. The R is kind of botched, but like, that's the worst thing about this. Okay, I'm kind of tired of this. You got the cord, which goes into the back of the EVA, but the EVA doesn't have any. Well, it does actually. This goes on the regular figure, but you can also have like an option piece where you have the opening for the entry plug. Is it called entry plug? For the plug, something. The cockpit. It's not the cockpit, but it's where the pilot's in, and it looks like crap. I don't even want to comment on the paint on this one. It's dirty, it's ugly, it's just like bleh. You got half of a piece of that. That is mostly to put it in this one, you know, for displaying purposes, which is really everything of this. So I don't know what my point is, but I'm kind of. You got the regular Evangelion gun. I'm pissed off. I'm tired, and I'm just, yeah. Mafex, you're great. You're really fun. You got one leg that's taped up, and even screwed that one up because it just looks weird. You have like spots like these, and if it would be red, I would be it's spots of blood or whatever, but it's not. It's just ugly. Speaking of which, also, where was the part? Oh yeah, this. Look at this. Look at how great this is. Isn't that nice? Awesome. So, same with the arms. It's taped up. It has spots all over the place, and they're not intentional. It has bleeding over here. And, yeah, just moving right on with that. You got open hands, posing hands, just trigger finger hands, and grabby hands if you want to just grab up and rip apart an angel shield and kind of just chop hands or whatever you want to call this. And then finally you got the Mafex base, which I'll definitely need because the ankle joints on this figure are horrible. And that brings us to the final thoughts of this figure. I mean, do any... Just go ahead and guess. Do I even need to say anything anymore? Really, Mafex? Really? Really? So, I think I've lost pretty much all of my faith in Mafex. And for the record, yes, I know there's still another Mafex review coming up because I bought another figure in the same batch of this one. In the same order of this one. And I have one more on pre-order, but after that... Yeah, so here we go. The paint is horrible. Well, it's horrible for the price point. You might be saying, well, this wouldn't be too bad. If this was a $20, $30, even $40 figure, I would be like, I could still kinda look over it. But as a result of the high price that they're asking for these EVAs, and, you know, it's just like, it looks cool, the mold is great, the accessories are great, there's a lot to come with, but it doesn't matter if the overall quality of the paint is garbage. That is just, you know, one of the parts that's it's supposed to look cool. And you might be saying, well, from afar it looks cool, but then you're going close and you're like, and then there's the price point again that comes up, and then you're like, So I do not recommend this figure. Go out and look at the Revoltex. I might even do that. Price point is important. And I've been, in some reviews, I feel like I've been ignoring that, and I've, more and more I get to the point when I look at something now, like, it really differentiates itself if I paid a lot more for it than something else. If I have Marvel Legends for 25 bucks, it has kind of crappy paint, but still amazing articulation and accessories, then I'm like, fine, I don't care, I paid 25 bucks for this. So, in the same vein, I paid over 70 bucks for this. 75, I think. I think the main price was 75. And then again, customs, shipping, yada yada yada. Goes up to 80, 90, 100. I don't really know anymore. But yeah, that's the rant. I don't care anymore about Mafex because they keep releasing this. This is the third EVA. And it's been better than the first one, to be fair. But it's still not worth it. There you go. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever EVA 00 wants. I don't even want to zoom in. What does EVA 00 wants? Good paint job and a better price. Then we would be okay, but no.